Hey everyone! Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a light peachy neutral shade and we're going to pop that into the crease and we're going to go right above the crease. And I honestly spent a lot more time than I normally do putting this in my crease and just kind of making sure that everything is smooth and even and the color is just distributed really well.
I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies have tried every possible.
And the shade that I'm using is the light peachy shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And then the next thing we're going to do after we blend everything out is take a red, or I guess you can say crimson shade, and we're going to pop that on a 217. And we're taking that from the LIMECRIME Venus I palette. Now, I know obviously a lot of people have their opinions about LIMECRIME. I personally love them still. I use a lot of their products and they were kind enough to send this to me, so I still support them a lot. But like I said, there's so many other reds that you can take. If you have the Manny MUA palette, you can take NARS. Any basically just really nice red that has a nice pink underbase to it. What you want to do with this color is basically put it in the most deepest part of your crease and right below the peachy shade. So you want that peachy shade to still peek through, but you want that red to be the main focus. I like taking it on the 217 because it has such a tapered point and it really allows you to get nice and narrowly in there.
You won't get it tonight.
Once you've packed on most of the color concentration, you're going to want to blend it out, so don't forget to make sure that there's no harsh edges. And then I also go back in with the original brush and kind of just blend and fuse both of the colors together. Okay, so after you've done that comes, in my opinion, the scariest but not the hardest part. If you haven't ever cut your crease before, you're going to want to practice. I was always so scared of doing this because I always thought it was so difficult for me because I have really hooded eyes, so I have to kind of put it in a place where you're going to be able to see it, but then it won't transfer to my lid. So you're going to have to practice and see where you want to place the line or your new crease, I guess. So do that a few times, but once you actually do it, it's pretty easy. Like you could see here, I'm just looking down in a mirror and then I'm making a line and then kind of using the rest of the brush to fill it in. So I used concealer. You can use basically anything you have that's a liquid that's going to dry down, and I'm taking that white shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette again, and I'm just packing that on to set that cut crease. After you've packed on the white or any really light color that fits your skin tone, I'm taking MAC's Hepcat, and I'm taking this on a flat synthetic brush. This is a MAC 242. This is my favorite brush to use with really shimmery colors. It's just really great for creams and using shadows wet. And I'm taking this dry at first to kind of just place where I want to put the Hepcat, and then I'm going to go in with Fix Plus, wet my brush, and then start really shading it in. I'm going to leave the most inner 1/3 pretty bare with the white shade, but then I'm just going to take whatever's left over on that 242 and kind of just fade it into the white, so that way it's not like a super harsh line. After that, I'm taking MAC's Indian Ink on another 217, and I'm going right below where we put the Hepcat on the outermost third of the lid, and I'm kind of just shading this in almost like a V, a backwards V, and then I'm going to take it out. As you can see here, this is taking the most time, so it is a little time consuming, but I really like adding this third color right here because it just adds a beautiful depth to the eye, especially in photos and when you look straight. And you can see I'm taking the edge of the 217, or not the edge, but the tip, and I'm creating that little wing. Then I'm taking a flat 239 and I'm just taking a tiny bit of black and I'm going right under where we put the Indian ink to give a little bit more depth and kind of just to disguise the liner and the lashes that we're going to put. Okay, so you can see right here that I'm just blending everything together so that way everything just looks flawless and fused, and there's no harsh lines, because I know that when there is a look and you have a lot of different colors, it's really important to make sure that there's no indication of where the lines start and stop. So I just cleaned it up with a makeup wipe. You don't really have to do that if you don't want to have such a sharp and distinct line. But you can clean it up with concealer, or you can just clean it up with the makeup wipe or makeup remover and then blend the edges so it doesn't look so harsh. I'm just going to do a little line of black liner on the top just so that way it gives my eyes some definition, and that way the lash band will be hidden. I'm going to go back in with no more product or shadow on my 239, but I'm just going to blend where the end of the liner meet and into the black. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to use the NARS All Day Luminous foundation. I got this last year and I don't really use it too often because it kind of creases on me after a few hours, which I know a lot of people complain about this foundation, but I heard that you're only supposed to use one drop for your full face, but that's just not practical for me. It doesn't even cover my whole face. So I do like it, I just have to set it really well. And then to go along with this, I'm using the NARS, what is this? The NARS concealer, whatever it's called. Oh, creamy concealer, there you go. And I'm just going to highlight and also conceal with this and blend it out with a beauty blender. Okay, to set my face, I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. I am in the shade Light Plus. Right now, that's a little too light for me. I probably could even go up to Medium Plus, but, you know, we work with what we got. And I'm using a duo fiber brush because I saw Katie use a duo fiber brush to set her foundation, and I really like the idea because it just gives a nice, light, even application of powder. And then I'm also going to line my waterline with a black smudgy liner. Just make sure it's something that doesn't set too fast and you could smudge it out really well. And make sure it's a nice generous coat so that way we can blend it out. And then once you've done that and it looks flawless, just set your... Why do I keep saying foundation? No, set your eyeliner with another shadow. I'm using this really pretty peachy orange shade from the Venus palette again to set it, and then I'm also going to go back in with my 217 that I used for the red and just blend it out like that. Okay, so before we apply highlight, I'm going to apply some MAC Fix Plus or any setting spray that you have, and I'm going to spray my face pretty evenly with it. And I like doing this now before I put on my highlight because it just really makes the highlight go on super strong and metallic but super even. I noticed before when I was wetting my brush and then I was applying my highlight, it would just look a little bit too stripy because it was just too wet. So I think applying your setting spray before the highlight is really, really, really nice. So I'm using the Gleam Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the two lightest shades for my highlight everywhere on my face. And then for the inner corners of my eyes, I'm using the shade called Hard Candy, which is a really nice pink and orange duochrome. and I just think it goes so nicely with the eye look that we have today. So I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I hope you learned something, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been uploading. I'm going to try to make it up, all the videos that I missed in this week, and I hopefully will be able to upload one video a day. And I love you guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and check out my other social media outlets if you haven't already. I love you so much. Bye.